Gertrude. I am a maid here in the 19th century, and I've gotten the privilege of asking Walt Whitman a few questions. Come along, Mr. Whitman.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you. Can you describe how your poetry reflects your perspective on life?
Well, Gertrude, my poetry is my perspective on life. I believe that there is a symbiotic relationship between the poet and the nation. So I believe that what someone writes is their perspective on life.
That's fascinating. Thank you for that answer. But I have to say, a lot of people don't consider your writing poetry because it doesn't follow the typical poetic structure. What would you have to say about that?
Well, to those people, I have to say one thing. I do not believe that poetry has to confine itself to a certain stigma or a rules, as you would say. For poetry is a form of expression and should not be limited.
Lovely. Over the years, you've displayed conflicting views on slavery and the abolitionism movement, and I'm a little confused, Mr. Whitman. Can you tell me what your true opinion is?
Well, Gertrude, as of right now, my true opinion is anti-expansion of slavery. I believe that the expansion of slavery needs to be halted right now, or else our nation will fall into disarray.
Well, over the years, you have displayed conflicting views. At the beginning of your journalism career, you opposed abolitionism because you were worried it would disrupt the democratic process. So
Yes. I still have not changed my views towards abolitionism. I am neutral on that front because I believe that abolitionism is not something our nation needs to focus on right now. I am anti the expansion of slavery because they are taking away jobs from the white workers.
Well, your views have shifted over the years, you must admit. So what changed your mind?
Well, when I worked as a journalist in the Civil War, I saw things that were done to slaves that were truly unhuman and no slave should have to go through, and that changed my mind.
Well, I must say, those are contradicting statements. Why do you feel so strongly that the expansion of slavery must be stopped?
Well, for this nation to be truly democratic, I believe that there has to be an end to slavery. Not right now, but in the near future.
That's a very interesting position. You've also faced a lot of backlash from those who disapprove of Leaves of Grass, one of your more popular novels, and some of your more explicit work. What do you have to say to people who criticize your work for its graphic nature?
Well, I'll say to you one thing, and to those people one thing. I do not regret any of my writings, and I think a lot of my critics misinterpreted it and took it too harshly. I think if I spoke it to the general public, they would understand my views and understand where I'm coming from. And if I had gone directly to the people, read my poems, faced the crowds, got into immediate touch with Tom, Dick, and Harry, instead of waiting to be interpreted, I'd have my audience at once. And that is all I have to say on that matter.
Well, thank you very much for your eloquent words. Now, thank you for joining us.